Everyone, that social media party was amazing. This is about to get really intense. Alright, the other day, the smartest black people from the smartest black community in the entire United States came to Lake Forest, where I live, where I've grown up, and where I lead. And they spoke at the Market Square and made fools of themselves. Before you think like, what are you talking about? Think about this before I say anything else. 1619, the day the first black people stepped off an American boat onto this land. This was the white leader. Hello! This was the black people. Obviously I don't speak Afrikaans, and it's way harsher than I just spoke. I just spoke like those sounds. Afrikaans is like... Okay, now, before anything else, imagine 1619, I took a boat to Africa. Step foot. Where's the water? Nowhere. The entirety of Africa. Okay, cool. This sucks. Any water they got? Shitty. Terrible water. Food-wise, where's the food? I don't want to eat lion. No. What the fuck? I don't want rhino, cheetah, gazelle. Nah. If these are the land animals, what the hell's in the water and what's gonna try and kill me soon? I can't believe this shit. Okay, this is African Americans right now. You guys slaved. Okay, before I do that, this was the people at Market Square. Supposedly the most educated people, since Waukegan is literally the most educated black level community in the entirety of America. Lake Forest is the best city in the entirety of America. That is more than my opinion. It is fact. Think about Chicago, Miami, New York, all of California, Colorado, the greatest cities. Chicago is the best. That is not just my opinion, it's a fact. And Lake Forest is the perfect suburb of Chicago. There is no better suburb. I live here, and I'm perfect. And literally, you could say, well, Chicago's better than Lake Forest because it's a city, it's got all these buildings. No. Suburbs are where families and love are the best, where education is the best. Cities are where people, fathers and mothers go to work. Mostly fathers that lead, literally. Like, think about the best people in Chicago. They're all like CEOs that lead the entirety of America. And then they come home to Chicago, to Lake Forest, to their family. The best suburb in the entire world. The best city in the entire world. The freshest air, the best people. Yes, you can say there's bigger mansions like in other places, but it's not just about the biggest mansions, it's about reality. And Lake Forest is the best. So you have these ignorant, the smartest, apparently, black people from the entirety of America came to speak at Market Square about George Floyd and the riots. And they made fools of themselves. The first speaker, a girl, she grew up in Lake Forest, and she said that after high school, recently, she had to leave because she thought everyone was racist. And she tried to make it look like we had to, like, apologize. And I'm like, shut up and leave. And, like, everyone's like, I didn't actually say that, but afterwards I spoke to the leader of the entire thing. And after I said everything I said, including the whole, like, 1619 scenario I gave at the beginning of this, he was like, oh my God. He like felt disappointed in himself and like didn't know the actual truth. So this girl is like, you guys made me feel so like you guys are so racist. It's like, see ya, hell no. You are completely wrong. You are delusional and you are making an illusion to try and look like we're racist and like slavery, oh my God. Seriously. And there was this other guy, I don't remember, I think he was, whatever he was. He's like, alright, all of you rich white folk, I know there's a lot of CEOs out there, lots of money. You all need to gather in the square, get all the money together, and we need to talk. He said it with like and you need to make up for slavery and treat us like kings. And everyone for some reason was like this. And I'm the only one that's like, shut the hell up, you are all uneducated and no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I'm not over-exaggerating anything, I'm literally being factual. This man said, ho ho ho, all you CEOs, get all your money together, come to Waukegan, give it to us, because we need to talk about slavery and how you slaved us. You need to pay us back. And I'm like, really, afterwards, I didn't say it in a moment, afterwards I talked to the leader and talked to pretty much all of them in a sense, through him. And I told him, really, you guys actually, like, even white people think slavery was bad. No, no, no. Again, slavery was black people coming to America. And these people, I spoke to them, even Todd, the most educated out of all of them, was like, yeah, Africans brought mathematics and we built the entire country for you. You had nothing. We did everything. It's like, okay, you are dumb. Before America was even anything, Europe was what America, like, Europe created America. Europe had the Roman Empire, France, all these amazing places with, like, little cities, education, hospitals, grandiose Roman structures, religion, plumbing, grocery stores, the best of the best. And America was even better when they made it. And these people are like, you had nothing. And it's like, no, you're dumb, man. You're fucking dumb. And I literally said everything I needed to say to these people. And afterwards, they're like, oh my God, we got everything wrong. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, so there really isn't even like slavery was just black people coming to America and Americans being like, we're gonna show you how to live. And they were like, oh my God, I never thought about it that way. Wow, that's crazy. And then I continued to describe exactly what's going on with all these people being like, all of you are racist, blah, 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 these cops are killing people. It's like, okay, there's 350 million people in America. I'm one of them. All 20 plus of you are all of you. There's 250 million or so white people. There's 60 million or so Hispanics, and there's 47 million or so black people. This is all pretty close to like, I looked it up on Google, it's accurate. There's, 668,000 police officers. There's 40 police officers plus in Lake Forest, and there's 11,000 in Chicago. Every once in a while, one white or whatever ethnicity kills someone. Okay, great, it sucks, but there's 668,000 of them here. And one of them does something wrong, and all of you are like, you pigs, you're all racist. Slavery. You have been doing this forever. We need to, seriously. And all these rioters are like going around looting and I've seen on TikTok people going into other people, black people going into other people's houses. Also, they're taking up the roadways where pregnant women from wherever need to go to deliver their to have a baby. And these fucking idiots are breaking car windows, and so many of them. If you look at the footage, there's so many of these fucking idiots. They're just like, come on! And when these cars are like, blam, blam, we need to get somewhere. They're like, what is this peaceful protest? Duh, duh, duh. What are you, racist? Think about slavery. Get down on your knees. Black Lives Matter, bitch. And it's like, listen, you fucking retarded people. Thus, Trump is like, we got the military now. If you all still want to stand there after we megaphone you to move the fuck out of the way because there's like pregnant women, people need to get somewhere, you will all get shot. And we're not playing around. Anyone in the way of a pregnant woman who needs to go have a pristine baby, you will die. If there's 12,000 of you being retarded protesters, you are not worthy of anything. All 12,000 of you will fucking die before this woman doesn't have a baby correctly. You got that, you fucking retarded people? That's what Trump is doing, okay? And so what it is that literally all these rioters need to shut the hell up, all these black people that keep bringing up like slavery, you white people, you owe us. Like, excuse me, I don't usually do this, but when I imitate these retards, whom I can't say are that demented because they haven't gotten the correct education, when even white people, even from Lake Forest, will have a conversation where they lead off with, yeah, slavery was terrible. No, slavery was just and only white people being like, hey, Africans have nothing. Let's bring them over here. They can work, and they can gain whatever they gain. They stepped on the land. Really? Oh, I thought the video ended. So, they can gain what... Is it? Alright, great. They can gain... Alright, this is black people. Okay. The first day. They get a meal, then a meal, then a meal. Okay? They get the first blankets they've ever seen. The first full 3 meals of good food they've ever seen. Actual, like, decent houses, in a sense, stay at places. Because when you think about it, white people, before they were like, okay, we'll put you here, we'll put you here, the first black people needed to be with the richest white people so that the richest white people could monitor these black people to see if it was okay for them to even be in reality. And this is ridiculous because if a black person couldn't have gone to the grocery store, they couldn't have even stepped outside the property, they couldn't have gone to a school. This was them initially. If they were on the street outside their property with no owner, it would have been nonsense. A white person would be like, what are you doing? It would have been like, in a sense, obviously, this is something ridiculous to make you think about exactly what I'm saying. Of course, they could have been standing there. It's basically this. And it wouldn't have worked. Thus, it's not slavery. Black people had nothing. Again, Africa, you step on it in 1619, you're like, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. So we went over there and we're like, we wouldn't want to be there. You black people look strong. Come on, let's bring you to America. How long did it take before Africans became African Americans? Obviously, let's say 3 weeks into the first days of the black people, they got used to 3 weeks of like having food and working. A year later, they're like, hello. Good. How are you? Maybe like 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later. It's 400 years later now. And there was just a black president. And these fucking idiots are like, there's still slavery. And it's like, no, there never was fucking slavery. You just worked for an experience. What you experienced in Africa was the worst conditions known to man. And we were like, come to these decent places to work for us. And if some of them got out of line, they got lynched. How many lynchings were there? Not that many compared to how many black people there were. How many black killings are there from white policemen? Not that many compared to 668,000 police officers. There's only like 10 if you really think about it. When was the last major one before George Floyd? Like 2 years ago. Okay, yeah, I get it. Obviously, killing people in general is terrible. But what the fuck? There's billions of black people starving in Africa right now. And do you ever hear of like Barack, Oprah, Rick Ross, Chris Brown, any of them getting together and be like, hey, let's go help out our black people? No. They let us do everything. Of course, I've seen Oprah go over there and be like, education, and she's got billions of dollars and she likes to give it back. But when do Barack, Oprah, and all of them, Jay-Z, again, Chris, Usher, when do they pool their money together? Drake, who's got like $100 million mansion, when do they pool their money together and actually do something major for their people in Africa? When do you ever hear of like rappers like, yeah, I went to Africa, I made so much greatness there, I don't have a care, I just move through air, breathe it, stare. No, they say this, I'm gonna take your bitch, I'm gonna take her suck my dick. Every time I come in, I got a gat for you bitches that wanna snitch. And it's like, okay, I get it, you live in a world where that makes sense, but in the white world, like in Lake Forest, if I heard or any father heard you saying that at the beach, it would be this from me. Hey, shut the hell up or leave. I don't want to hear that shit because it's reality. But obviously there's a reality where that level of talking makes sense because in the black world, that's how they talk. They're not like, oh yeah. I mean, some, obviously Denzel, Barack Obama, Usain Bolt, they want nothing to do with that level of talking. But so many rappers are like, I'm going to take your bitch, all my bitches. How many exes do I have? I'm going to flex on that. Oh, yo, look at my gap. Look at my, like, okay, some of it is cool, obviously. And I kind of started saying it kind of lamely because obviously I think it's fucking lame. But you see what I'm saying. And these people came to Lake Forest trying to like demand like retribution for slavery. And it's like, Okay, imagine we didn't bring you to work, which was called slavery for a very short amount of time. And look at where you are now. We just had a black president. Way before that, Dr. Martin Luther King was able to reach a political position. You were able to then go to grocery stores at some point. Like, if we had left you in Africa, you would have been in fucking Africa forever. Still drinking not even water. What would you be eating now? Like, do you understand that National Geographic's rich white people are constantly going to Africa, even Prince Harry and his wife, to make sure that all the babies like have an actual life there? Who creates the education? Do you black people travel over there and create that for them? Do you put together donations or organizations? That's all us. Yeah, you can be involved, but all the money has come from white people who care, who see humanitarian like needs over there. And then you have all these black people now in America like, it's a humanitarian issue that you white people are like assaulting us. And it's like, I could go on, but you see what I'm saying. And you could even say, yeah, but the police officer put his knee on George's neck and he suffocated. That's horrid. That's terrible. And it's like, okay, yes, he died. Think about this. This is going to sound like way out there for some of you. And you're going to be like, I can't believe you're saying this. I've trained police in a jail, okay? Okay. Do you know how many black people that are ignorant as hell are in jails constantly, cycling through and cycling through? And how many of these white police officers don't want to deal with a single one of them? You, any of us, have a mosquito on us. We're like, fuck, I hate mosquitoes. They kill 750,000 people a year. Regardless of that, just the sting is fucking annoying. You're in the open lands in the forest or in a forest camping. You're like, fuck, get me some off. Damn it. These cops have to deal with something so much fucking worse than a mosquito constantly. Black people, they're the worst fucking people that try and sell drugs and do the craziest shit ever. And it's not all of them, but you see what I'm saying. They're like, when they're in the jails, they're like this, motherfucker, I need to get the fuck out of here and fuck my bitch. Where's my BM, baby mama? I need to get my drugs, man. I need to get my dick sucked. And they say it loud like that because they don't know any better. And they're like, they literally, and I can out-rap any of them. My divinity is shining. My brilliance is all across the universe. Just like these galaxies, I'm dividing any negativity into pieces. I don't give a fuck about that nonsense. Give me some Reese's Pieces. Shit. I erase that shit. Negativity doesn't stand a chance with this. I'm the best, lit to infinity. Every time my symmetry is really here, I just keep it shining brilliantly across the entirety of America constantly. All the negativity is being erased by my awesomely put together brain technology. Give a fuck about you retards saying, suck my dick, bitch. No, I get an actual wife and I'm great. I don't give a fuck. I don't have a wife, but you see what I'm saying. My girlfriends, I completely respect. I would never call any girl a bitch. Not even just as like, oh, what's up, bitch? Or like, oh, my bitches. I would never say that shit. I'm the Disney best prince. I don't give a fuck about your nonsense. Your irrelevance is disgusting. Go neglect yourselves more and die if you need to. Again, these protesters, they're in the fucking streets. They're like, you pigs, you fucking pigs, in the way of pregnant women, white, black, Asian, whatever. I'm talking about white because that's me. They can all die. If there was a million fucking people that are that retarded that want to stop a highway where a pregnant white woman who's grown up in the best world needs to get to a hospital and she needs that way, I would take command of a fucking gun from the sky and kill all million fucking people for that one woman to actually go do something amazing with her amazing life, because these fucking million people are that retarded that they are worthless. That's what Donald is thinking too. We need the military to move all these fucking idiots out of all these cities and all the suburbs as soon as fucking possible, and there won't be a single word from these fucking idiots. That's what it is. Obviously, there's peaceful protest, but when peaceful protest gets in the way of pregnant women especially, and especially fathers who need to support their families, these retarded peaceful protesters are no longer peaceful protesters. Yes, there might be some among who are just standing there like, why are you tear gassing me? Because you're in the fucking middle of retarded people stopping the entirety of American culture from succeeding, you fucking idiots. You can die too. I don't care. Military doesn't care. No one of sanity cares because you're insane. and you're gonna die if you don't move. Got it? If you don't stop stealing, you will die. Got it? It's simple. If you get in the way of one more fucking pregnant woman, all of you, no matter how many of you there are, no many of you think it's unhumanitarian, you will all fucking suffer. Or not. It'll be instant. We could get fucking bombs if we really wanted to. If there's that many of you, that you all need to move. But see, that's the thing. As soon as the military starts doing that, if need be, people will be like, okay, we'll get out of the way. We see you're killing thousands of us. You know, it was good while it lasted, I guess, or it sucked, I guess. That's all I have to say. Everyone have a great day. Wow, what is this? 20 minutes? Yes. Wow. Let's go. Let's go.